And welcome back to the Paul Holden Details channel. We start this week off with a question. How clean is the interior of your car? Now, I don't need to go and do a swab test, some scientific experiment, but does it feel clean? Your steering wheel, the stalks, you know, your switch gear, your gear knob, your handbrake. Well, I might have an answer if it feels grimy and just not very nice. I don't mean just busting the steam cleaner out and chucking loads of APC in your car. You might want to reach for something like this called Cabin Care. This is by Sansom Car Care. Sam Hogan sent this down with a few other goodies as well. This is a germ killer, basically. Antibacterial, kills 99% of germs. It leaves a nice finish. Spoiler alert, Paul. I wonder sometimes. I really should write a script. But the idea is it cleans and it gives a nice finish, and not that sort of mask over the crap spray that you get, you know, like the aerosols. None of that. So deep cleaning chemical to use with a microfiber, nice and easy, which is what you guys and girls love. Nice fragrance. That's what we're going to be using today. But also we've split the video up, partly because I didn't really know how to shoot this one. I got one of these, rather big hose, and it's in a sleeping bag. More about that very, very soon. Anyway, pour yourself a nice glass of Merlot. Got right into red wine lately. It's good for you as well, as long as you don't drink 3 bottles. And roll the video. Here we go then. Let's introduce the products. The 250ml bottle of Cabin Care and 750ml bottle. Wonder why you got a 250ml bottle. It's to keep inside your car. Put it in the glove box. Brilliant bit of camera work. Stop. Go for that. I was going to knock it over. Hand gels. These are available in different fragrances. 70% alcohol. Don't use these as chasers or shots. They're for your hands. So we're going to do a quick demo here on the door card. Quite shocking this, what you can get off your plastics. Hence using the white microfiber. You want to see what comes off of this. Dirty boy. Now remember, we're cleaning the bits we can't actually see. Look at that. Ugh. So you can agitate this with a hog's hair brush to work it right into the plastics. Most plastics in cars, or vinyls, whatever you want to call them. No, vinyls is on old cars. I've got a texture to them. There is a certain texture to plastic, and that sort of harbours all the nasties, all the grime, the germs, to work it right in. And then of course, take the excess off with your microfiber. Now, if it's horrendous, if it's really, really bad, and you have to use a steamer, then use a steamer, but then finish off with this after. Now, this isn't a dressing product, it's just a deep cleaner. You're probably watching this thinking, I've got 25 litres of APC in my garage, I'll just use that. No, this stuff has got the antibacterial stuff in it. It was developed over a year, this took. And in light of recent events with what's going on around the world, it's a good idea to use this. Probably the worst part of the car, as far as your feet are concerned, is that bottom part of the panel. I know my son kicks 7 bells of, out of his. Use your hands, open the door. What's wrong with you people? So probably the worst area is going to be your steering wheel, what it should be, because that's what the bit you should have your hands on. Unless of course you're at traffic lights and your hands are somewhere else, and you have a partner next to you. Work it right in, really work this stuff in. Take your time with this one, and a top tip, put a drying towel over the rest of the dashboard. You don't want to be spraying it all over your windscreen, and certainly you don't want to be spraying it into a place you just don't want to get it, to be honest with you. And take that towel off before you go down the road. You try explaining that to a policeman. What speed are you doing? I don't know. Don't know what day it is. So work it into the grain. And if you're looking at that steering wheel thinking, well, that's fairly shiny, Paul. Well, the car's covered 80,000 miles. You'd be shiny after 80,000 miles. A bit like my head. So there's no streaks, there's no residue left on this. It's got a nice finish, nice factory finish. But it's the fragrance, it's got a nice pleasant fragrance that does hang around, to be honest with you. This video was shot several days ago and I've been driving my car about and it's still there, it's still nice and fresh. The other horrendous part of the car, especially if you wear makeup, I don't wear makeup anymore, is this part, the stalks. They get caked in makeup. Not just makeup, dead skin, the sweat that gets deposited on there on a regular basis. So make sure you work it right into these parts, move the switch gear backwards and forwards. Your headlight adjusters, if your windscreen wipers are on there, move that switch up and down as well. Get right in behind it. Oh yes, the old knob cleaning, yes. Clean your gear knob. You're probably sitting there going, I've got an automatic. All right, well, clean the switch gear where the automatic settings are. And if you're really rich, you've got paddle shifts, clean those. Everywhere you think your hands have been. And don't worry about overspray, because you can use this on fabrics. That's just X-rated, that's just wrong. Mind you, I'm quite good at it. Plenty of practice. So of course you can use this on your dashboard. The most highly technical dashboard. Probably the most basic, boring dashboard you've ever seen. I think the guys at Skoda just thought, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, just put that in there, that's fine. So there's not going to be some horrendous sheen on this at all. It literally just goes back to factory. But it has got a nice feel to it. It actually feels clean. The sun came out, can you believe it? Now, busted out the smaller brush to get in behind this switch. Not being sexist, but this side's probably going to be worse because it's where my wife sits. Not pointing any fingers. So make sure you dry this off. Come on, my beer's getting warm. So we're going to put that one back in the car. When you're stuck at traffic lights, and that's the sort of finish it leaves. All nice and clean and safe. Hence that crafty thumbnail. Second part of the video coming up. Oh my god. Well, here's my big hose on my Henry Hoover pneumatic. My trusty machine. So it's ribbed. Yes, my hose is ribbed. Can you believe it? And it's long. You never thought you'd hear that in one sentence, would you? But it's also damaging to my car. So start off with a clean car. Make sure your car is clean, top tip, because this will cause so much damage. So what are we going to do about it? Well, some crazy bloke has invented something called the vac wrap. Crazy, I wish I'd had this idea. Here it is. It's a protective hose sleeve. What a brilliant idea. No, it's not an electric blanket. It's quite simple. Lay it on the floor. Doesn't matter which end you do, it's got to zip one end obviously. You're going to open it up. These are available in different sizes as well. So if your hose is bigger than mine, I bet it isn't, then state it when you order it. And all you do is place it underneath and zip it up. How simple is that? And when you get to either end, you get to tie it up in a really simple way, like this. Sorry, I learnt to do my shoelaces last week. I'm not very quick. Now you have these laces both ends. What I will say to you guys is when you come to do the other end, where your attachments go, just give yourself plenty of room. I actually moved it back because I found it was encroaching on the tool. When I went to switch the tools, it just got in the way. So move it back, get it set up properly. And there it is, with the zip facing up. Even though it's closed, good practice just to keep it upright. Ah, there he is. Now, of course, you can lift it up. I know, I'm just demonstrating what could happen. I'm not going to scratch my bumper again. That's where you're going to cause all the marring. It actually looks like lines. Now, if you've ever come across this, if you've had a dirty bumper and you've done this, you've accidentally caught the bumper, it just looks like lines and it just creates scratches on the clear coat. So that's the boot. What the? Get off. I don't know who that bloke is. Don't get your parcel shelf. If you're a dog owner, you're going to want more than the vacuum cleaner for this. That's where all the hairs go. It's not just the bumper you have to worry about, it's the interior as well. This is where it comes into its own. And that is it. That is the two-part video this week. Quick one, eh? All the links for this will be underneath the video. If you want to go and purchase one of these, state your length and click buy now. Okay, so the Skoda has that lovely clean fragrance and that feel that's just out the factory, that lovely feel that's like not grimy and, you know, scungy, and it's quite simple. It's just like a spray, you know, a spray and a couple of microfibers, one to apply, one to buff off or flip the towel over. It's very simple. It's not rocket science, this stuff. Very nice subtle fragrance, fruity. Don't ask me what it is, you know how rubbish I am at fragrances. I do a 250ml bottle you can throw in your glove box, which is really handy to have, especially in my job. It's always nice to have something in there. And also spraying the fabrics and spraying inside your boot. I'm forever taking stuff down our local rubbish dump. It seems to might start nickname me Stick of the Dump because I'm always down. I'm not rooting for skips or anything. I'm not a skip rat, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to find a bargain. But at the back of my car, always, it doesn't smell nice, and you can vacuum it as much as you can. You can brush in different, you know, fragrances, but this seems to neutralise everything and just make it that factory fresh smell. So really like that. It's not overpowering, very subtle, but it does the job. And plus he's got these hand gels. I'll put a list of all the stuff underneath, the spec of all this. There's a big paragraph and it'll tell you the fragrances and sizes and prices. Does these little handy hand gels and nifty little keyring he's done there. Very well made, that keyring. Very flash. Nice, nice. I like that. Right, when it comes onto the sleeping bag for your ribbed hose, this is just amazing. I'm really blown away by this because it's such a simple idea, and how someone didn't think of it years ago, I don't know. I have scratched my bumper in the past. Now, as mentioned in the video, you've got to make sure your car is clean on the outside to minimise risk in the first place. But the rib section of these, I mean, there's only two things in life that should be ribbed. No, there's one other thing that should be ribbed, and it's not this. I think you know what that is. Anyway, but this is such a clever idea. You know, it's just soft to the touch. It's well made, well thought out. It comes in different sizes. I mean, there you go. holding my hose off camera. Don't want to do that. It's just a great idea. It's brilliant. So that's the vac wrap. I put all the details underneath this video. Pretty short video this week. We will be back with obviously lots more videos. As we speak, I'm waiting for a DHL driver to turn up with a rather special delivery. More about that on Instagram, no doubt, in the weeks to come. So make sure you subscribe. Keep putting your thumbs up. I haven't said that for a while. The interactivity of this channel is brilliant. We've got so many brilliant guys and girls down below which interact with the channel. I'll try and get back to as many people as possible. We've just gone past 18,000, which is just amazing. It's crazy. And long may it continue, because I'm not going anywhere. Well, I am. It's really cold in here. I'm going indoors in a minute, but stop rabbiting. Anyway, take care, guys. Thanks for watching. See you again in the next one.